We're a team. We're a family, Ingrid.
Yeah, because the family that shakes down kids together stays together.
Hey, hello, how do you do? Shady Doorags here. Fillmore. The show where 90% of the episodes went way harder than the assignment required, and we're all very thankful they did. Today we're looking at the episode Red Robins Don't Fly. This one's obviously on the list of heavily requested episodes, but it got pushed to the front of the line when I noticed some of its themes popping up in everyday life. Don't worry, I'm sure we'll get to the dry chicken episode eventually. The episode starts at the handball court, where Phil is undercover trying to buy some counterfeit tickets.
300 choice seats to the drama club's production of Lise, the musical. Ha! How they'll pay for not selecting me as the lead.
Dude, be thankful you are not in an anime. Sabotaging a school play would get you put on the school council's hit list. And no, that's not a hyperbole, because said student council would be filled with mafia bosses for some reason.
I'm afraid it's not going down like that.
Your believable accent. Gone!
You're busted, mon ami.
If I had a nickel for every time this show did a French accent joke.
Hey, Ingrid. Big Beth is jetting your way.
That's my cue.
Yes, Phil calling your name and telling you to act is indeed your cue. Oh, wait, was that supposed to be a pun on plays? Ingrid chases the culprit who tries to make a getaway at the docks, but he winds up sinking his boat.
Good gravy on sweet potatoes. I can't swim.
Potatoes.
Who puts gravy on sweet potatoes? Is that a thing? I wouldn't know. Never had a taste for sweet potatoes, which has brought much dishonor to my sweet potato pie loving family. Ingrid gets pulled into the lake, ruining her walkie-talkie, but she's still able to rescue and arrest the criminal.
You know, you could have tried some acting classes instead of this whole revenge on the drama club trip.
Ingrid, how the crap did your lipstick stay neat? By the way, little side note, literally every female in the show, except Enid for some reason, wears lipstick. I'm guessing they wanted to make it obvious of who's a boy and who's a girl.
Well, at least I'm not some black dress wearing weirdo person freak gooba loser.
Jeez, bro went for the throat with that one. Meanwhile, slightly over to the left, some fishers are in the process of pulling in their catch.
It's old Nicodemus.
I'm sorry, who?
It's old Nicodemus.
Oh, Nicodemus. Man, this show loves playing tricks on my ears. That's not a Bible reference, is it? If it is, it doesn't make sense.
Crackers.
No, Ingrid, it clearly says candy.
That's not crackers at all. What you got there is band candy.
Hey, you stole my joke. Later, in class, invitations to a party that's implied to be very popular get handed out, but Ingrid doesn't make the cut.
Oh, Ingrid, I am so sorry about not being able to invite you to my party. But the thing is, you're too new.
Too new?
Two characters with the same voice actress having a conversation with each other. All right, Tara, you're just showing off your range now.
X gets so much turnover that long ago I instituted a seniority system. This time around, it's Jamie's turn.
The episode is obviously trying to establish that Ingrid is feeling outcasted, especially given the insult the wannabe theater kid unleashed earlier. But it's kind of weird here because she's not being rejected due to being different. She's being rejected because she's new. Now that could easily still work, but as we'll see, it's the exact opposite of what the rest of the episode is going for. Later in the safety patrol office.
Check it, Ingrid. Our replacement talkies.
Ducks?
Ducks.
Got any grapes?
Wait, Phil's walkie-talkie is just fine. Why is he getting a replacement? I originally thought the talkies specifically connected to each other, so obviously Ingrid's partner would need to have the same set. But later, the episode shows that all the patrol talkies connect to the ducks, so Phil could have just kept his. The patrollers get called in for a briefing about a case involving the candy Ingrid stumbled upon.
This is the ex-middle school chapter of the Red Robins.
Oh, goodness. Who took that picture and why are the Robins posing like that? I mean, I get that this is a cop parody and the Robins are supposed to look like gangsters, but when you think about the scenario it would have taken to create that photo, this becomes freaking hilarious. Vallejo explains that the Robins are the #1 taffy sellers in the country. It's pretty much known that they gain their success through bully tactics and other illegitimate means, but there's never been any hard evidence, so no one can do anything about it. That is until the candy that got pulled from the lake. Unfortunately, while it is evidence, said candy isn't viable for punishing any current Red Robin members.
That candy was old. 10 years at least. But some of the current Robins have been heard making some braggadocious noise. Word on the street is that a secret vault exists that would help put them away. I need someone to go undercover as a Red Robin and find that vault. Ladies, put your hand down, O'Farrell.
But I already got the outfit! So what am I supposed to do with this wig?
You were just briefed on this mission, O'Farrell. Why on earth do you have that outfit, and why did you bring it to a briefing? Also, no one's gonna believe you're a girl. No lipstick. Ingrid volunteers to be the Red Robin infiltrator. Vallejo is hesitant to put her on, claiming she doesn't have enough experience doing Undercover. But after an endorsement from Phil and a realization that O'Farrell is his only other option, the junior commissioner gives in. We cut to later where Ingrid is making her play, claiming to be a transfer Red Robin from another school.
I was told to speak to Melba.
He beat it, kid. Swing set's booked.
Well, she sounds familiar. Is that the voice of Dill Pickles? Oh no, that's Debbie Derryberry. Wait, Debbie? Jeez, I would not have guessed that. Wow, that caught me off guard. For those of you who don't know, she's the voice of Jimmy Neutron, Coco Bandicoot, and like a third of the characters from F is for Family. Wait, I forgot. Who actually is the voice of Dill? Wow, okay.
Mid-tone, eh?
Scottish accent! New rule, no one is allowed to speak but that girl. Thank you for your performance, May. Oh goodness, May! Jeez, I am slipping on the voices today. Wait, Sinead and Fanula? Oh, it's an Irish accent, not a Scottish one, my bad. Was that more offensive to the Irish or to the Scottish?
Well then, you shan't have any trouble telling us the entire list of ingredients of our #1 selling taffy. From memory.
More convenient than a 99-cent store. Ingrid, of course, passes the memory test, and the show, for once in his life, is able to restrain itself by not having her say out loud that she has a photographic memory. I also like that Ingrid gives a look of disgust after she lists the ingredients, showing that just because something's in her memory doesn't mean she knows it. It's also a good little character moment for her since she knows what all those ingredients are. The girls bring Ingrid to their clubhouse to meet their troop leader, Malika.
Hey,
Hey,
I need those pallets taken to 12th Street, not 21st.
excuse me?
Ugh, will you stop crying?
Okay, first, you could have made it clear that you weren't talking to Ingrid. You knew what you were doing, Malika. Second, I was totally expecting the obvious joke of having her end the call by saying, okay, bye, Mom. Maybe it wasn't so obvious back then. And third, if I had a nickel for every time I seen children treating selling candy like it's a gangster operation.
There's a lot of bars I need to move.
You're not talking about that stupid school candy fundraiser. You know that's for suckers, right?
Do I looks like a sucker?
Complete with a terror-strong Girl Scout and everything.
So, you're the prodigy.
Whoa, Prodigy? Did we skip a scene? All Ingrid did was pass a memory test, one the other girls said any Red Robin should be able to easily pass. Also, I appreciate the little finger tap there. Malika decides to give Ingrid yet another test. They take a trip to, wait, hold up, Malika, where is your beret? I understand you not having it earlier, you were wearing headphones, but that is no longer the case. Wearing it is not optional. It brings the whole outfit together. Ingrid is instructed to sabotage the sign of one of the Robins' competitors. She not only does so without hesitation, but she also manages to impress the Robins with the message she came up with.
Ingrid, where have you been all our lives?
The only thing better than a hoedown is... Oh! No, it just ain't fair!
Okay, it's insulting, I guess, but not the most creative thing I've ever seen. Malika was acting like it was the diss of the century. Also, if freaks is the subject of the sentence, then lasses is being used as an adjective and thus should be singular, not plural. We transition to a few weeks later where Ingrid, still undercover, quote-unquote fails at making a getaway from Phil.
The handball move was good. Painful, but good.
I had to make it look legit, like I was actually getting busted.
You find the vault?
Not yet.
Any chance it might be in that clubhouse?
I saw 6 massage chairs, a smoothie bar, hand-blown Venetian chandeliers they acquired in one of their 8 trips to Europe.
Ingrid, that was a yes or no question. Any details should help clarify the yes or the no.
They're all prizes from the record-breaking, albeit ill-gotten taffy sales.
Albeit?
What? Oh, right, these are middle schoolers. I mean, even still, albeit doesn't seem like that weird of a word for a kid to use, especially these ones who talk like adults all the time. Also, Ingrid used it incorrectly. Albeit was describing taffy sales, which is plural, so the word should have been albe they.
You should take a page out of their decorating book.
She likes playing Red Robin, Fillmore.
Just what are you driving at, Vallejo?
Maybe something, maybe nothing.
Yeah, see, with dialogue like this, Ingrid saying albeit does not seem out of place. Elsewhere, Ingrid receives a warm welcome back from her troop, showing that her deception worked.
We saw what you did. The way you led that belt into the handball court.
Malika, where is your hat? I know you have one.
Your athletic, albeit wily moves.
You use albeit too?
And just like you, she used it incorrectly. Moves is plural. I'll be they. Also, albeit isn't even the best word to use there. The word and would have actually worked better, or even the word yet would have been fine. Y'all just trying to be extra.
You use albeit too?
Great minds speak alike.
Okay, I actually really like that line. Simple, but still clever. Malika explains to Ingrid that she's part of their team, and said team does whatever it takes to support each other, including and especially harming others. And as the group get closer and closer to Ingrid, she's made to do worse and worse things.
From here all the way down to J Building is our territory.
Oh, thank goodness.
What you selling?
Wrapping paper.
You're in a Red Robin hallway.
Oh, snoogies.
Ingrid, you want to do the honors?
You're recording it. Wow, this is straight up like a gang. Everyone's got dirt on everyone else, making it hard for one person to rat the others out. After witnessing Ingrid's latest undercover act and seeing how much of a natural she is at it, Vallejo grows more concerned that Ingrid might become a Robin for real.
You want to know the truth? I didn't want to put Ingrid on that case. Not because she's new, but because she's different. She doesn't run with the crowd. Now she's got one.
Wait a second. A girl with a goth aesthetic, voiced by Tara Strong, is feeling isolated and winds up bonding with the villain of the episode.
You are dark, and darkness is often misunderstood. But I feel like I understand you.
I feel that way too.
Geez, I guess this is just the episode of If I Had a Nickel. That's the third time.
Back in the 7th grade, I was partnered with a safety patroller who was sent undercover as a Red Robin. She was a lot like Ingrid. Very smart, her own person.
I wonder who that could have been.
But being around that kind of group, she turned, Fillmore. I tried to talk her out of it, but no dice.
Ooh, what a mysterious and not at all identifiable hairstyle.
She's not ahead of the Red Robins.
Malika.
Well, at least they didn't prolong the reveal, given how obvious it was. By the way, this is where the third act starts, and it's called A Bond Broken, which I think is awesomely ominous. I mean, obviously Ingrid isn't going to betray Phil and leave the team, but that title is vague enough to make anyone who doesn't know about the status quo question what will happen. Phil says Ingrid won't give in, claiming that she's stronger than Malika. That, however, doesn't reassure Vallejo. Malika was actually in a better position than Ingrid to resist the allure of the Robins, being a part of multiple clubs.
Even then, the Robins took it all away from her. She sold her unicycle, disbanded the AV club, turned in her sash.
Bad phrasing. The Robins didn't take anything from Malika. She decided to give it up. When we see a good person going down a bad path, it can be very tempting to remove them of their agency, because how could a good person be responsible for doing something bad? The simple fact of the matter is, Malika may have liked those other activities, but that's different than being passionate about them. It's a sad fact of life, but some people are really talented at being criminals, and it's even sadder that they will choose to follow that lifestyle as a passion. Phil assures Vallejo that he won't let Ingrid go down the same path Malika did, again removing agency. Vallejo rightly points out that at the end of the day, it's Ingrid's decision, not Phil's. Phil goes to meet Ingrid for an update, but before she can get to him, she gets intercepted by Malika, which makes things look bad from Phil's perspective. Is that a pocket watch, Phil? I'm very jealous. Malika lets Ingrid know that she thinks Ingrid should be the one to replace her as the troop leader once Malika graduates from 8th grade. Before that can be official though, Ingrid has to pass one final test: finding the Robin's vault.
Ever wonder what happens to all those cookies, refrigerator magnets, and aromatherapy candles we pinch from our competitors? That's why I created the vault. To keep the team safe.
Malika gives Ingrid the key to the vault as a clue to finding it. She also gives Ingrid a gift she made for her, causing the girls to bond even further. A montage of Ingrid searching for the vault begins, but the girl doesn't seem to have any luck finding it. This montage is interrupted by Phil.
I know the feeling you can get from running with a crew, but it's not real. I mean, you and me, we're friends. This isn't about the badge.
First of all, Phil, that came out of nowhere. You haven't even talked to the girl about her feelings, yet you felt the need to accuse her of losing the plot and to lecture her? There should have been a conversation before this about Phil's growing concerns for Ingrid. Maybe have Ingrid get defensive, but also admit that Phil's accusations could be true. As is, it just feels like Phil is jumping the gun. Second, Phil, yes, it's not real, but the worry is that it could become real. If Ingrid chooses to dedicate herself to the Robins, the once fake connections she had with them turn into real ones. Though, to be fair, it could be that Phil is thinking about his gang days and he's saying that the friendship you find in that type of environment isn't real, which I don't necessarily agree with, but I also don't necessarily disagree with. It's complicated and I can't really explain why, or at least not in a simple enough way to discuss right now. After watching Malika's gift multiple times, eventually Ingrid notices that the camera Malika used to film everything is from X's AV club. She heads to their old meeting room and is finally able to discover the location of the vault. I really love this detail of the episode. Malika being the president of the AV Club, using AV Club equipment, and shutting down the club, which allowed for an empty room that she had access to, are all such amazingly subtle clues because of how well they're integrated into the story. The AV Club room is also in the background when Malika is explaining where the Red Robin selling territory is. Seriously, this reveal has a ton of great foreshadowing. It's not much of a long-term plan though. That club room is gonna get changed to something else eventually, and judging by how much stuff is in that closet, the Robins will likely run out of space in the near future.
Safety patrol. Hello? Hello?
This is the first time we, the audience, can see that Ingrid is indeed thinking about really joining the Robins. Having all the info she needs from both parties, Ingrid finally makes a decision. She goes to the Robins, tells them of her success in finding the vault, and then immediately confesses her real motives.
Here, take it. It's perfect, don't you see? I was a belt once too. You belong with us. We're the same.
Yeah, we're the same in a lot of ways. But unlike you, I'm not going to take the easy way out. I prefer to make friends the old-fashioned way or not at all.
Ingrid makes a speech saying, while it's clear the Robins care about each other, which is why they do what they do, it's not the right way to go about making friends. Having trouble fitting in and wanting to feel like you belong doesn't justify running with people who bond by attacking those outside of their group. In other words,
the message is, don't join a gang.
Now I'd like you to come with me.
My answer is no.
You know, that line would have hit harder if Ingrid had said at some point during their conversation, and there were lots of points where she could have.
You'll have to go through us, Belt.
I guess Melba fell asleep. Malika does the third chase scene of the episode with Ingrid in pursuit. Bookending things, Ingrid uses her new walkie and asks Phil to help her, who causes Malika to fall into water. Also, Phil's aim is yet again on point. I did not realize putt-putt skills affected you like that.
Ingrid, you could have been part of the greatest organization in the entire school.
Let me guess, I already am?
I already am.
Haha, good use of cliche. Later, the second Tara Strong character passes out more invitations to another event, and this time Ingrid makes the list as it's a girls-only hair braiding party.
Sorry, I have other plans.
What?
Burgers up, young people.
Okay, I appreciate Ingrid realizing she can bond with the safety patrol, but she says she was going to make friends the old-fashioned way, which is putting yourself out there and seeing if you click with people. That party was a good way to do that. The episode ends with Ingrid and the other safety patrollers bonding, showing that Ingrid was serious about making an effort to get a legitimate friend group.
Do you got any idea how old that cookie dough is?
Late 1986. It was a thank you from the Jaybirds.
Wait, how? It was clearly established that the Robins didn't start putting their goods into the vault until Malika joined last year, and the Robins before them found other ways of getting rid of their evidence. Or are they trying to say there was some club out there using cookie dough from the 80s?
I'm just glad you brought down Malika instead of the other way around. I should have believed in you, Ingrid.
No, you shouldn't have. And I'm kind of glad you didn't, because I almost didn't get out of there.
I appreciate that so much. Admitting that others were right to question them is a great thing for a character to do. And that was Red Robins Don't Fly. Great episode. A top tier one for Fillmore, and that's saying something with this show. Solid mystery, and I absolutely love the dive into Ingrid's character, as well as Malika being a dark reflection of what Ingrid could become. Now, as I said, this episode caught my interest more than others because of its themes. There's a lot to take away, but this moment right here is what currently sticks out to me.
At first I thought you guys bullied and cheated and intimidated for massage chairs and trips to Europe. But it wasn't about that.
I know. We're a team. We're a family, Ingrid.
Obviously, the allegory the show is going for is gangs. It's a common story that people join gangs for a sense of community and security that they're having trouble getting outside of that environment. However, the reason this stuck out for me is because this doesn't just happen in gangs. In spaces around me, I far too often see people joining circles where they feel they are both understood and cared for. And within those circles, a way that they bond is lashing out against outsiders.
Yeah, we're the same in a lot of ways. But unlike you, I'm not going to take the easy way out.
I really appreciate Ingrid saying that she refuses to take the easy way out. She doesn't say that because she thinks it didn't take hard work for the Robins to get where they were. She says it because making friends is easier when you find common ground with people, which means for someone like Ingrid, it's really difficult. Ingrid, as well as Malika, has an easier time making a space she's comfortable with and attacking others outside of it than she does trying to form a relationship with most other people. Sadly today, the extreme opposite seems to be the popular route to take. People find a clique that agrees with them in certain ways and then start labeling all outsiders as enemies and attack them in some fashion. It's identity politics 101. Us versus the world. All you need is a group to call us, and then the world becomes your enemy.
If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
But Ingrid decided not to take the more convenient path. Instead of the like-minded troop who wanted her to do crime, she went with another group of people she enjoyed being around and made an effort to bond with them, even if they weren't like her. The fact that the episode ends specifically at Ingrid's house shows that she's the one who reached out. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being friends with people who think like you. If you can find yourself a circle of friends similar to yourself and you get along with them, that's great. But don't think you can only form connections with people like that, especially if sticking to that option puts you with those who will only befriend you if you sacrifice your morals for the sake of the group. When you get down to it, making friends can be hard. And yeah, an environment where you're good at what you do and surrounded by ones who get you is very enticing. But it is possible to form connections with people who are different than you. And if the like-minded people demand you sacrifice your character and integrity for their friendship, I highly doubt that's the best place for you. In trying to find where she belonged, Ingrid may have wavered and struggled a bit, but thanks to some help from people who wanted her to be her best self, eventually she came to the correct, albeit difficult, decision. This has been Shady Doorags. So long. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye.